Wednesday cometh. It is the CC show. Coach Coleman is nothing but the best. Auntie says this is not her house, but I think it's an extension of her condo. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
It's the CC show. What's going on, Coach?
What's going on, man? It's like we never left.
Back like we never left.
Like we never left. What's
going
going on? WNBA.
WNBA, man.
Drama on the court, off the court. That's what's going on. That's what we doing right now. What we doing? WNBA.
Trying to make it to this Olympic break for sure.
Yeah, I feel you when you say the struggle is real. We're trying to stay engaged and interested. Just I like the play on the court, but all the other brouhaha, whoo. Like you said, they're making it tough to love the WNBA. It's easy to fall in love with women's college basketball. I'll be honest with you. For some reason,
I got to fight to be a fan. What they say? Every night I got to fight for my love. Every day I got to fight to be a fan. Every day I got to fight to be a fan. Coach, what's going on?
What's going on?
Pretty Girl Rain in the building. How you doing, fam?
What we got here? Pretty Girl Wayne. Wonderful Wednesday.
Wonderful Wednesday. What is happening?
My
headset doing to my
we hope that so far we coming up the fourth be with you. The 4th of July is tomorrow. Be safe.
Let's have a real conversation about that. I got a question.
Keep all your fingers. Go ahead, Seth.
If you celebrate Juneteenth, do you celebrate the 4th of July? And I thought I did say Pretty Girl Rain. Did I mispronounce it? My apologies. I thought I did say how you doing, Pretty Girl Rain. My apologies.
Do you sell? I mean, you not really. That's a conflict of interest. I really never have personally celebrated. I just take the day for what it is. If that makes sense.
Okay.
If you ask for the personal consensus, like, yeah, I don't acknowledge that representing the freedom for my descendants, my parents and stuff,
So we always went to the Juneteenth. I'll be honest, like we always went to the Juneteenth celebration as kids, right? I don't know that I was really all the way clear about what we were doing, but it was the day that we went to the lake, right? I'm being honest. As I grew up, I got an understanding for what the Juneteenth was, right? But we also always pop fireworks on the 4th of July. Like, so I'll just, I think it's more about just, in my family, I don't ever know if it was really all about what the actual meaning of those days were, but it was an opportunity to celebrate and be with family. And
bringing people together, right?
Yeah, more than anything else. Like, because I hear people like, if you celebrate on the Juneteenth, you can't celebrate on the 4th of July, and vice versa. And then I don't even know if what the meaning of these holidays are, like, even really matter, like, to me anymore. I know this is like a totally sports show, but I had to get this one in here just because it's like Christmas. Now people are like, I don't do Christmas. Okay, I don't either, but it's the spirit of the season,
right?
More so than it's about Santa Claus or anything else, right? I don't know. Let's go.
Let's say little. Hey, acknowledge here. Hey, what's that?
My headset is doing some really weird.
HDI TV. Appreciate
irritating me. Oh,
what's good? El Cholo said he just celebrate the day off.
Okay, celebrate the 4th. I just drink and eat and praise my brethren, my fellow brothers who died in war. Okay.
All right. Pretty Ray. Thank you.
They calling us handsome.
All right, on to the next.
They calling us handsome.
Now,
let me see.
They done put us on the ballot, Seth. Wait. They done put us in the mix. No, it's in the mix. No, all right, here we go. Diamond.
Put me in the mix.
Put us in the mix.
Put me in the mix.
Those of you coming in, welcome to the CC show. Man, with your WNBA recap, Remember, we still got Friday Tea coming, so don't get it mixed up. Looking for Bree Wayne.
Oh yeah, this is the bot. Let the bot know this is the WNBA recap show. Let's get it.
I celebrate all American holidays. Okay. All right. Without further ado, let's talk about this. We're going alphabetical order by city. So we did Atlanta last week, and we highlighted Ryan Howard. This week, the next city will be Chicago.
Chi-Town.
Chirac, Chi-Town, and be Chicago Sky. And we're going to highlight the player Diamond DeShields. And I just want to share with you before Seth takes away, we got some highlights we're going to talk about, show you her body of work. But the thing, interest around 2021, she was becoming sick in her body. And then it found to come out that she had a spinal tumor and had to go intensive surgery. And so that's her comeback into the WNBA. It's a little bit more, it's more than just a sprained ankle or a torn meniscus or a torn ACL, MCL. This is a little bit deeper dive in the comeback. It took a lot of rehab and learning how to even walk again and things of that nature. So her to be back on the court is truly amazing. Testament to her will. It is a miracle. And what you got, Seth? We'll talk about.
So it's, you know what? It's crazy that you know, sometimes you just be right on time with stuff, right? And so Chi-Town Sky had a great game last night. I don't know if you got a chance to see like the footage of the Sky locker room after the game last night, but Teaspoon comes in and she gives out the boxing gloves for the players that really played their asses off, right? And so last night, she comes in, she gives one to, I think it was Dana Evans, got a boxing glove last night, and Diamond DeShields. And like she really called out Diamond for all the hard work that she put in trying to come back and get back and be. And she's not 100% every day, but she gives 100% every day. And I think that's what people miss. You know, that people they're not 100% every day, but to get, you know, to be able to have that mindset to give 100% every day, I think is just a testament to like how hard she works and how much she loves this game. I haven't seen her documentary, but I did see like a ESPN, like, you know, how they do the specials about her story. But I wanted to just share, like, to say, like, not only the tumor on the spine, right? So you have the spinal tumor removed, and you learn how to walk again, and then you have, I believe it was a knee injury. And so you think about like what that does to a person, especially somebody who's an athlete for a living, right? To have had a tumor, to get that removed, to learn to walk again, and then have a knee injury that then puts you out for an entire season. Like at some point you have to be like, yo, am I ever going to play this game again? And so to even just see her walking, to see her walking is a blessing, but to see her actually competing on a professional stage, I think is just a hell of a story. So I just wanted to share some of her highlights, take a look at like who she is, shed some light on what she's been through. And then, like, you know, just let's give her space and grace to kind of get healthy. Like I said, I think that we kind of brought her back a little soon, but I think she wanted to come back to try to be that veteran for the rookies that we had come in. So we'll roll these highlights, Coach.
With the touch, the J. Off the transition. Ooh, jazz step, pull up, done. In the post, kick out, jump shot, diamond with the tray.
Doing nasty work, Coach.
Mm. Kick out, swing the diamond, layup, attack the cup. 3 levels. That looks like 3 levels, Auntie Sass.
Listen, giving nasty work, coach.
Diamond.
Oh, God.
Running the floor. Running the floor, pass, running the floor.
The defense is overlooked too.
Yeah, look at that. Playing in the gaps. Kick it out, follow up, right back
Way to give it back. Way to give it back.
Blink pass, stretch the defense out. 1, 2. I'm gonna give it back to you because your defense started it.
You didn't see AR. You didn't see AR rewarding her.
Yeah, like you started it. Jab, get to the cup and 1.
Not only did you start it, but you balling.
Right. Get to the cup and 1. Look at it. Watch this. Thick of the wrist. Thick of the wrist.
Great touch around the basket.
Catch. Looking. Good entry pass. Good assist. That's how you get the pass to the post. Diamond. Defense. Get that out of here. Yeah, 1. Give me that. 1. Get that out of here. 2. Get that out of here. And it's mine. Give me that. All right.
That's Diamond the Shields, coach.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is just a glimpse of Diamond the Shield, the quality she brings to the court. Right now, this is a rough guesstimate for her WNBA career. She's right around at 161 steals, 52 blocks, 318 assists, 504 defensive boards, taking away second chances from her opponents, 100 offensive rebounds, and a total of 604 boards. Her effective field goal percentage is roughly around almost 45%, 44.6%. Overall, 393 personal fouls, meaning she hasn't fouled out much. This is a lot of games she's played in. You foul out on your 6 fouls. So if you ain't giving 4 fouls, you're not playing hard. Okay. And 304 turnovers. Today's highlight, Diamond the Shields.
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
All right.
Get into it.
Recap on the CC show. Those who just come in, kick your shoes off, get your popcorn. Some of you might be off already for the holiday. Grab your favorite drink. If you started your medicine early, as Auntie was saying, do what you need to do. And here we go.
Yeah, let's go. And yeah, I agree. It does take a strong mind to overcome them injuries. Diamond D went healthy, yeah. Dangerous player again. Great women's basketball player from, you say, Norcross High School, Norcross, Georgia. I followed the Shield since her time in high school. Let's go, girl. Diamond is a very skilled athlete, for sure. Shout out Diamond. Janae Antoinette, got your drink. Let's go, fam.
You got your drink and your CC show. You drinking your 2-step.
Drinking my 2-step. Let's go.
Here we go. So we have our first game, fam, a recap. Minnesota Lynx, 88. Dallas Wings, 94. This game was played in Arlington, Texas.
Coach, did we talk Commissioner's Cup?
Yeah, we did. Remember last week?
That's what I'm asking. I don't remember. That's why I'm like, did we talk?
Yeah, we did. Remember, we added it to the show because it was the next day.
I have no idea, Coach.
But if you want to miss some mentions, but that was on our last week's show.
Because what I was gonna say was Minnesota had started. They won the Commissioner's Cup and then they fell off. That's why I was asking. Did we cover there?
Yeah, we covered Missioner's Cup last Wednesday. And then they come back with a hangover.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Like I thought we was gonna start with the Commissioner's Cup, so I thought we was gonna start positive for the Lynx. But No, it's not starting on the pot. It's not starting on positive.
No. We gave them their flowers last week.
We gave them their flowers already. I was trying to give them some more flowers, coach, because it's been rough here lately. It's been rough. It's been rough on the Minnesota Lynx. Okay?
We got to boo a team this week. They did not.
I got to boo a team this week. Go Court. What's going on, Court? That's what I got to ask. Listen, they let Enrique is coming here and take care of business on them. I didn't expect. I definitely didn't expect the Wings to beat the Lynx. I've been giving Enrique's a hard time.
This
was the game. So about a week ago today or so, I think that I said it's like 7 and 1 point. You out here give me 1 point, Big T? Remember I was hearing that?
Yeah.
Big T was like, hold my towel, Auntie. Hold my towel and be quiet. Big T went out there in game 17 and 12, coach. 17 and 12. What can I say? I gotta say, I gotta give Big T. I gotta give Big T some flowers right here because it wasn't. Enrique got going, and Enrique did their thing. 23 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. Right. Odyssey it has come in and is helping the Dallas Wings. 18 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Monique Billings with 14. But for me, for this game, even J.C. Sheldon had 8 points, coach. Like J.C. Sheldon showed up. This was a different Dallas Wings team than I've seen here recently. But for me, I got to tip the cap to Tierra McCowan, Big T with the 17 points, 12 rebounds. Big T playing like that, it's hard to beat the Dallas Wings.
Odyssey Sims coming in with 18, fresh to the team.
I mean, this is Nafisa Denver dropped 30, so like 29 and 11 from Nafisa. Bridget Carlton, Ball, Elena Smith contributed. Kayla McBride didn't get going like I thought Kayla would get going. Right, 1 for 6 from 3, so that was a little bit different. Maybe
you had a lot of minuses on the Lynx though. A lot of minuses.
Oh yeah, a lot of minuses for sure. A lot of minuses. Didn't play very efficiently. I didn't get a lot out of Dorka, but when I'm looking at these the shooting percentages, Courtney Williams 1 for 6 really hurt the team, shooting 16% from the floor. And Kayla McBride shooting 27% probably sums up the game. You could throw Natasha in there too, but those two for me probably really summed up like what happened here in the game. But I don't know if they really celebrated after the Commissioner's Cup or if they was up shopping. I don't know with that. What they split 500,000. So
right,
could have been that.
Here's the thing: if you don't have Dallas Sims 18, she's not on that team. Minnesota, even on a rough performance, Minnesota's winning that game. So that shows you the significance of adding Odyssey Sims and the instant impact she had. Even with Enrique's 23, but you take away Odyssey Sims 18, they're losing that game.
You take away Odyssey's 18. I don't know if they definitely losing that game. And the only reason I say I don't know if they definitely losing that game is because Big T gave you 17, and she had only been giving you 1. So if Odyssey took 12 shots, you spread those 12 shots between Big T and Enrique, and they still may get the win here. WNBA player movement.
Somebody wave.
That wave. Bye. Somebody got that bye.
Bye. Deuces.
Taylor Williams. Yesterday they're down to 10 players. Not deuces. On their roster, why they kept Mule over Williams is a mystery to me. I don't know. Let Mule play.
Let her out. All right. You ready to move on to the next?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
On to the next. We have that Connecticut Sun. They were shining, and the Mystics 91. So they won 94-91.
Listen, Coach. The Mystics, a good team, I think. Just they don't have everything that they need. They play a lot of teams tough. Connecticut, though, to me is trending in the wrong direction. Even though they got the win, they just aren't dominating like they have been earlier in the season. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. This was a good game for DeWanna Bonner. Maybe coming out of the shooting slump now. 24 and 10. All 10 of her rebounds were defensive. 2 assists. Alyssa Thomas, you don't say enough about Alyssa Thomas. The numbers don't jump off the page this game, but the impact definitely is felt in the game, right? 7 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block shot. Can't say enough about what kind of difference that makes. But then when you have Dejounte Carrington giving you 22, and my fam, Ty Harris, we're not talking enough about Ty Harris. We're not talking enough about Ty Harris. We're not talking enough about Ty Harris. Ty Harris got 23 points, 1 assist, a block shot, 4 steals. Not saying enough about Ty and the impact that Ty is having on the Connecticut Sun, or the job that Ty is doing running that team from a point guard standpoint, and how efficiently they are working. So Ty Harris, the story here. But again, the Washington Mystics, like I said, rounded out into a pretty good team. Aaliyah Edwards didn't play in this game, so Aaliyah Edwards could have made the difference here. But you had, Van Loo, Kimbrough, Atkins, Dolson, Hines Allen, all chipping in with double figures.
Anybody have double-digit ribbies? I don't. Yes, Bonner, right? Had double.
Hey, Bonner was only double in this game that I remember, but a good well balanced attack from the Washington Mystics, and I think, like I said, Elena Deladon on this team, they probably look a lot different. You trade Deladon to get some other veterans to go here, and they probably look a lot different. But I think still, they're going to get to a point where they start getting some consistency. If they could keep Shakira Austin in the lineup, you could keep Aaliyah Edwards in the lineup, and then Samuelson was out, Sykes was out. So if they could get healthy, they maybe can make some noise here, and not. I'm not saying like make the playoffs, but make it rough for some people to get in the playoffs.
It make it interesting because they have a talent.
Oh, they're gonna spoil the dance for a few. They'll spoil the dance for a few.
Yep. For sure. So that was that game. Before we move on to the next game, we'll just jump in here and see what the fam is doing.
1 second.
Antoinette, hey fam, everybody. Shields is nice, just needs to be more consistent with scoring. I think that just comes as she rehabs and recovers. That takes some time. Should be there. Lynx seems to have hit a hole, and that's what it looks like. Sometimes you start up well, and you got to kind of rejuvenate or re-energize. You get a little too comfortable. You can get complacent. That happens for sure. Hey, Coach, Miss D. Wonderful Wednesday, Miss D.
What's up, Miss D? Sweet 201. What's going on, fam?
For sure. Lynx lost focus. Lynx lost the focus. It's okay to celebrate the cup, but that's not your end goal. Yeah, that's not the chip. That's not the chip. That's not the WNBA chip.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is it so like in the NBA this year, they hung the banner and everything. Do they hang the banner for the Commissioner's Cup? Do y'all know in the chat? Let me know. Do they hang a banner for this cup?
I don't know, but please don't.
Right, like so I like in the NBA, they were like, we celebrated. There's a banner that goes up. Okay.
Yeah, I think they do though. To be honest with you, okay. I think they will.
Okay, so they get a banner. All right.
Hey, they must be the money. RC.
Okay, let me say this though too. I'm sorry, Coach.
Yeah,
because you said the money part.
Right.
The money part make a big deal.
Right.
Because they got 500,000 to split. That's a lot when your check like $1,500 a month. I mean $1,500 a pay period. Some of these folks only make $66,000 a year.
So how does that impact their tax bracket when they win that?
Ooh, I mean, I don't know. Do you really want to win the cup? That's another good question. Like,
right. Do you want to?
Did you really just help me?
Right.
Did the team will peak too soon? Okay.
That's for sure. That's a good point, Political L. We got Truth, Ty Harris. Oh
yeah, Truth. Ty.
Wow, Aaliyah Edwards hurt. Is she supposed to?
I think Aaliyah's back, but I think it was lower back. I think it was back injury here. That's not recovered from being creamed by South Carolina back in February. Oh,
maybe.
My goodness, my girl.
My girl, I believe it is a contact thing for Wiz because no other guard would be a plus. Okay. On that note, we have Vegas. The Skaces, as Jay, shout out, giving Jay Boogie quote here, the Skaces, J Spot would say, Las Vegas Aces, 95, Chicago Sky, 83. That game was played in Chicago. You got it.
Game was probably a lot closer than the score looks. The Chicago Sky played better in the second quarter. They're really in this game. You know, it's 25-21 first quarter, and the Sky won that one. It was a 26-24 third quarter, and the Aces won that one. And it was a 23-20 fourth quarter, also the Aces. But the 25-14 second quarter that the Aces won probably really put the game out of reach. But this was a masterclass by none other than Mother, A'ja Wilson. I believe the game was circled. She came in on point from the beginning. She came in teaching lessons. I love the way they matched up. She played Camilla some. She played Angel some. She gave nasty work the entire game. A'ja dropped 31, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 block shots. Jackie J.O. Was magnificent, 22 points. Kelsey Plum with 21. Point guard, 8 points, 5 assists. Really quiet game for the point guard. This game was about A'ja Wilson. This game was about the paint. This game was about a measuring stick of where A'ja and Camilla are coming in as rookies, and where they are still growing. Angel Reese was able to, still playing against Mother, was able to get 18 and 11. I don't know how many rookies have come in and got 18 and 11 with A'ja Wilson on them. Kennedy Carter, Ken is a bucket. Cardoso figuring it out. Just figuring it out. 5 points, 8 rebounds. The points will come. She's missing bunnies that she shouldn't miss. I think it's gonna be timing. I think it's gonna be getting comfortable. I expect her to start moving towards 25 and 20 games after the Olympic break. But this again was about A'ja Wilson and showing why. And that she's like they say in boxing, and still, that's what they say when they get ready to give them the belt after a good match. And still, best player in the world, A'ja Wilson, missed 2 times. So, yeah, that was a watch me work, youngins. But it also was an opportunity for us to see how A'ja shared, like the interaction, the energy between her and Angel. I think people thought it was going to be a antagonistic type of thing. It was really a student teacher. Angel really was out there like grasshopper. Camilla really was out there like grasshopper, and I think they soaked that stuff up. So I'm excited to see that from them, and I'm always excited when I see vets pouring into the younger players. So it was a fun game to watch, and it's going to be a fun game to watch going forward.
I say ditto, but one thing I just like to point out, fam, and our that is when you notice when you establish a post game, it controls the tempo and allows your team an opportunity to be more competitive on the boards, because it puts you in the pace and space, and then it also forces a team to decide how they're going to play you. They may double, but now you got somebody that can hurt you on the outside. So now it spreads that defense out. So I just bring that up on my coaching, like, ooh, I got excited watching it because it was definitely a chess match in the first half. Then the second half, I think just the experience and, as you say, the expertise of Mother just kind of came through and took over when you played a younger team. And that's what you look. Sometimes younger teams prevail, but on this time, it was the Aces looked like the well-oiled machine that they should be.
Right, well-oiled machine. And that's important.
Miller looked better last night against the Dream. She's got that habit back, getting way too close under the backboard. Yeah, I mean, good point, my girl. I think it takes time, continue to work from the young. Those are things that can be adjusted. You know, sometimes when someone is a rim runner that hard or they post that hard, you can push. And then also if they get under the basket, sometimes the defense pushes a post player, forces you up there. You just got to make a play. where you catch the ball. So it could be variable things. I don't think it's just her getting under the basket. That means the defense is doing a good job of pushing you off the block with the legal with the legal touch. So I love that the vets are pouring into the rookies, giving them honest work where they get you less. Yeah, some rookies want to listen. We got a few we heard that don't want to, they better than that. I'm not gonna mention any names.
They don't need to ask a vet nothing.
They don't need anything. They showed up. My girl, great point, great man. Appreciate you, my girl. But those are great observations. Here we go. I think we have one more game on that day.
Yeah, we had one more game on that day, Coach.
Yeah, we had Indiana Fever. This game is played in Seattle, 77. Seattle Storm, 89. All right, Seth, best take it away first. What more can we say?
This is a snoozer for me. I'm not a big fan of either one of the teams, but I was interested to see how they would match up. I think Indiana's coming along; they're playing better. It's hard to overcome a 30-point first quarter from Seattle Storm, and it's also I think this was the eye game, right? Was this the eye game? Jewel dropped 30 with one eye. This was the one eye game.
Yeah, once
they poked Jewel in the eye, this game was over. It was like she could see she was like, I could see clearly now the rain is gone. You hear me? It was gonna be a bright sunshiny day.
Sunshiny day.
It was a bright sunshiny day with one eye.
Two phones, 2 eyes.
Sheesh, 34 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Listen, nasty work. And then Ezzy and Nneka following up with double-digit scoring. They had no answer for Jewel. But we knew that coming in that they weren't going to have an answer for Jewel. What I thought I would see was Aaliyah get a few more points. She did get the points that I thought she did have, like 14 rebounds. 10 of them were defensive. Valid scoring, just not enough scoring for Indiana. Valid scoring, but not enough scoring. And then nothing out of Christy Wallace, nothing out of Lexi. And then we know Grace didn't play. Demiris Dantas didn't play yet, and Victoria Saxton, of course, didn't play. So a lot of negatives here. Kelsey Mitchell was a big negative. She is minus 23. Negative 23 on the floor. That hurts. And I think that pretty much sums it up. But going into Seattle, I don't think that I thought Indiana had a chance of matching up with them. I thought that it would be just too much seasoned veteran players and craftiness for them to really stand a chance in this game. But Indiana's playing better. They're in games. They're not getting blown out. 77-89 might sound like a blowout, but I would say it was a little bit closer than the score game, kind of towards the end. But Jewel Lloyd show.
Yeah, definitely. You had 3 players in double digits. Your big 3 for basically, that's what it was, as you already mentioned. I do want to say this. I think going down to the stretch, as you go further, deeper into your season, that second half, I do say Seattle, I feel it would be important to be more intentional. Jordan needs to score about 10 points for you.
But they moved Jordan Horston into the start lineup.
So she needs to score 10 or more points for you to continue, for them to continue that success.
Absolutely.
As you go deeper into the thing, I say I'm not going to say she's going to be the main reason, but she's going to be one of those key players while they maintain, if they want to maintain success, is making sure you get her involved in rotation. And also she had a total of 4 rebounds. She has a nose for the ball on that end because she did that in college as well.
I would say that. I would agree there.
So you want to look at how you can use it, put it in a position. And I think that's one of the intangible pieces, the things that go unseen if you find more opportunity. She played 32 minutes, but I think you need her certain situations. You're going to need her to have 10 or more points.
Oh, for sure.
To have success.
Crazy.
The fever wasn't a flavor. Like you said, it was a snoozer. Seattle had experience. They have their number.
Absolutely.
Call me when you need someone to talk to. Okay, they have their number. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Look, same number. Who this? You know what I mean?
What?
Right?
8675.
Right. We are who we are who you thought we were. Okay.
Oh man, for sure. We are.
You are who I thought we were. Okay, we jump into these before we next game. Jules said you really like the bear.
They poked the bear.
That was for you. Says you're not old enough to remember that stuff.
I'm not tired today. Not tired. Having a rough day. Needed this therapy though, so didn't want to miss it.
Fever passed up Jordan Horson for Burke. Yeah, you see how that worked out.
Well, especially if you're not gonna let Berger play, and you passed up. But you're not letting Berger play. That's the other thing. Like, why not?
Groovy, wonderful Wednesday.
What's
Groovy.
good, man?
Paris Milan in the building.
The wrench in the building. What's good, Paris?
All right, moving right along. Now we're ready for the next day. Aren't we? On to the next.
On to the next.
That next game will be Friday. Atlanta Dream. 78 Connecticut Sun. 74. This game was played in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun Arena. Take it away, Auntie Sass.
I don't know this dream.
It's a different dream.
Yeah, I don't know.
Straight
I didn't
up.
know this dream. I didn't know this dream, or maybe I didn't know this Sun team. Like I just was saying how I felt like DeWanna I thought had come out of the slump. You know, had played really good, had the double, and then 16 points, 3 rebounds. Thomas tried to chip in more. Brianna Jones. I don't know. This was just an odd game. This was an odd game. Ty Harris did not play well at all in this game. No excuse. Maybe it was the Jordan Canada effect. Jordan Canada being back here may have really got the Atlanta Dream going, and maybe that'll be the spark that they need. Jordan Canada, although I think they're still totally getting their feet wet. I think this could have been like a shot of energy, like something brand new. You think it's your favorite toy on Christmas, you play with it all day, but then you put it down and don't play with it anymore. I don't know. We're trying to figure this out with Jordan. Like, is she gonna be the one that takes the Atlanta Dream on the trajectory that they could be on, or was it is it giving fraud? We gotta find out here, because to me the Atlanta Dream are still very much giving fraud, even though they got this win. But the Connecticut Sun might be giving a little bit of fraud too, Coach. Might be giving a little bit of fraud too. So
Dream.
See, with where they go from here, but I thought the Connecticut Sun would have took care of Atlanta Dream. I thought they would have left no doubt in this game, and they not only did they leave some doubt, but a lot of questions. So.
Here's the thing. You didn't have to stress out Area Powers to get the win. She only scored 5, so that's a good thing. Everybody except LA. LA got in for a minute 25. Shout out to LA. She will be on the. People don't realize she's from Canada, so she'll be playing on the Canadian Olympic team.
Show the world why you should be getting some minutes.
So I think that'll be big, and then that'll be huge. And she deserves. LA deserves more playing time. I'm sorry. And so back to what I'm saying. Everybody scored except LA, and 2 people did not play. Ryan's out, and then Kubac is coach's decision. So everyone scored. So if you have an approach like that, that puts you in a position to be successful without the wear and tear on your core players.
Oh, absolutely, very valid.
So if they can figure out that formula, it works. It does work. And case in point is your Gamecocks. You don't have people. You don't have anybody really scoring 30. It's well distributed in the points. And season coming, we'll save that for another time. So you had only 2 people in double digits on the Dream, and then Connecticut's Sun, you had 3 people in double digits, and it looks like there was an edge of rebounding. So it's a close game. It's what it is. I think Connecticut is settled in. They're still going to be a contender, but this is what you call getting settled. So you're going to drop a game, pick up a game, or you may drop 2. This is what you call, everybody's getting situated, and this is WNBA is finest.
Is that what you think?
Huh?
That's what you're thinking?
Well, people figure out the pieces. They get the get backs. Because if you say a team that doesn't have a winning record, but they still have players that could compete. And some of it is coaching at times, which you share, like just not good coaching decisions.
But I also just wonder what the Sun.
Or are we taking for Page?
I don't think they take it for Page, but I just was like, okay, you got somebody going to the Olympics. You got WNBA All-Star coming up. So, like, as a veteran team, maybe this was just a good spot to kind of take a break, and maybe they're pacing themselves because they're a little bit older. Some of them been in the league a little bit longer than some of these young people. And so we're going to lose intentionally, or just play close games intentionally and then start back at the break. Is that what you're saying? I think that. If I'm honest about how I think teams and coaches look at schedules, they look at some and they say we could drop that one. We could drop that one. We could drop that one and still be right where we want to be. And I think they look and they say, it's a couple we can drop. If we drop those, we're still cool. So,
thank you, AB. For sure. Here's my girl. Yeah, I think LA is better than Nas Hillman, so I don't get it.
It's a lot of things that I don't get about right, but we don't have enough time for that.
Right is not right.
Not right at all. Not even right with a W. I mean, just not right at all, bro.
She got the facial expression like she don't even want to be at the game.
No, she got the facial expression. Is that what you think? Her facial expression be like, "Are y'all talking to me? I've been winning," and it was like, "No, you haven't. You ain't been winning." She be sitting up at the thing like, "We been winning. What y'all talking about?"
Right is wrong.
we been. She be sitting up there like she been winning. It's like I don't know what you watching.
Right.
I don't know what you watching.
Like, look,
I'm not clear.
Like she got some rings.
Right. She up there like you can't see.
You got rings in the toilet bowl in the tub. That's where your rings at.
We cannot see you. You are dead wrong.
Right, dead. All right. Sparks 78, Phoenix Mercury 92. This was played in Phoenix. Snoozer and a bruiser. That's a snoozer and a bruiser.
Actually, it wasn't a snoozer for me. Actually, this game was not a snoozer for me.
Not for you, maybe it wasn't. For me, I went and watch some cartoons. No, I'm just
what it was for me was just a really clear indication of how good of a team the LA Sparks are, and how Cam Brink and Lexi Brown being out make a big difference for them, right? So when you look at this game, Phoenix, even with 6'9" Brittany Griner, Diana Taurasi, Kai Copper, right? First quarter, 26-23, Sparks win that first quarter. They dropped the second quarter, but they only dropped the second quarter by 2 points, right? 21-19. Where this thing fell off is in the second half. And it fell off like once the adjustments were made, it didn't seem like Kirk Miller knew what adjustments to make, or didn't have the personnel to make the adjustments that needed to be made, or a combination of both. But the jury is still out for me on Kirk Miller. Like I said, it's like Kurt, I'm not sure that you're 100% into coaching and developing and trying to win as much as you are 100% into being the coach of the LA Sparks and what that does for your image and your brand, right? So I'm on the fence about that. But when you look at this, the bench points were about even. Team rebounds were about even. Turnovers were about even. The Phoenix Mercury bench played a little bit better, and I think that just speaks to like the availability of the personnel. But when I'm looking at the Sparks, they play teams really tough in the beginning, and they fade out down the stretch, and I think that's just not enough talented bodies to be able to get on the floor. And then when you have Lee, Yuru, who gives like just 2 points, I can't have you on the floor 12 minutes at your height and your size, and not have you dominating or at least giving more than 2 points like that. That's a must. And then Z got in this game. Isaiah was in for 18 minutes, but we were only able to get 4 points. So 2 for 9, shooting 22 from the floor. Ray Burrell shooting 25 from the floor. Didn't help coming off the bench. This was one of Rakia's better games. Derek and Hamby was playing outside of their mind, right? 29 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, was just really giving everything that they could. Just not enough between Derek, Rakia, and Ari McDonald, who again I say they usually go the way Ari goes. Ari missed some bunnies and some shots that we would love to have back, but she ended up being like minus 22 on the floor, and that hurt. Even with 12 points, 10 rebounds, only double for LA, but again, just not enough, and then besides Cam and Lexi, then you also have Clarendon and Stevens, who also didn't play. So just not enough. I think the Sparks need to make a move.
You again, right? It's back to the obvious of the absence of Cam and Lexi. So, I believe and have confidence the score will be different if you have those two in there. And it'll be interesting to see how Kurt Miller navigates with what he has, because you still have enough talent to win some games. So let's go back to your phrase or your statement of where's your coaching at? Wait a minute. Let's use use one of the best assessed statements here. Who are you, Kurt Miller? Who are you,
Miller? Who are you? Who are you? We need to understand. Who are you?
Who are you? And you covered all the stats, so I'm not going to repeat that. Only thing I did want to bring up was that Derica had 29, but she was minus 17. McDonald had 12, minus 22 in production. So I guess the efficiency was low for the Sparks, and Phoenix had 6 players in the plus side and 4 players on the minus side. So that just says maybe some intangibles. The little things mean a lot. Gives you that separation. That's sometimes when you can look at the plus and minus and say, okay, that's that separation came in efficiency or effectiveness.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Jump into this.
I like, right is wrong.
Right is wrong.
Get facial. Facial expression be crazy.
Money.
Was wrong with Kata the night against the Fever. Played good defense and then just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was too much energy exerted on the defensive side against Caitlin. I wasn't clear what was going on with Kai. Kurt Miller Flowers for giving Henny a chance last year. Otherwise, Kurt Miller need to call Henny right now.
Right.
Kurt, he know Henny. He needs to be calling Henny right now.
Henny on the 1 and Zion on the 2.
He can have them Flowers for last year, but I might have to get him back if he don't call Henny this year. What are you waiting on?
Rakia
should have started from the jump. She was held back.
Facts. I have to agree with you on that. She came in pro ready a little bit.
Do you think they didn't hire Rakia because they didn't have Rakia start because they wanted to give Cam a chance to get started, and they wanted to only have one Rakia on the floor at a time to get started at first? So you didn't have like the Camilla and Angel situation. You think it's a chance for that, Coach? Or they just didn't want the rookies on.
I think it could be petty like that, right?
I don't even know if I wouldn't even say if it was being petty if they were just trying to not have 2 rookies learning at the same time on the floor, right?
I mean, you got to
Philip
stroke veterans too. You got veterans. It's a hard task when you're talking about. This is not college or high school where you say to somebody, "Hey, this player is better than you." I think there's a different. You have vets who've been there and they built the game and the pro level, the chemistry. It's a whole different because you don't want to lose your locker room, and that's the same thing in the high school, college level. But on this level, I think it's a different way of you have to navigate or you got to move when it comes with the dealing with adults that's making money to do this. Like on the pro level, we're not talking about NIL money. We're talking about on the professional stage.
Well, I think I think I was thinking more like if I got two rookies on the floor at the same time, then I double the chance that I'm gonna have rookie mistakes out there, and I feel like I have a team that can kind of compete, but the West is kind of competitive.
If they're your best players, I'll go with learning early and being better in the back end of the season. If you're asking me, every coach's philosophy is different. If they're my better players, they show that in practice consistently, and you just have to have that hard cover. That's what you're saying. I'd rather go with the mistakes at the beginning of the season, and you're gonna be good. You're gonna be better for it in the second half of the season.
And at the same time, though, right? You had Rakia also saying, like in the beginning, that there was a lot of information to just download, right? There was a lot of information that she had to download, and so I don't know if it was, maybe Rakia herself admitted it took a minute to figure out things out. Like, okay, yeah, that's what I was saying too, just the download. So maybe she just. Maybe she wasn't ready, and it didn't show up a practice, maybe.
So if that statement holds true, then it was she wasn't ready to take on that responsibility, and that could be that part too. But me, I'm like, you the better. Like sometimes you got to learn by experience.
Absolutely, I know, I totally get it. I just was wondering if you felt like coaches take those.
I don't know. I mean, it's so it's so weird and a little different. The nuance, the little, because you got a transition here. If you look at it, for the WNBA in itself, it's going through a transition. It's going through a change. The change is hard.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Change is hard. I think that's what people got to acknowledge. It's going through a change. It's going through a culture change because you got a new wave of generation coming in, a new generation, gradually fading out. They're still playing. But it's just nothing stays the same. And that's tough. It's tough when you have players and vets that's been carrying the torch and now they getting ready. Now you got to get ready to pass the torch eventually. I'm not saying next season. I'm not saying it's it, but that's just what's happening. That's what we're seeing.
But I think the unique situation here is that the veterans that were carrying the torch and the sparks aren't there. So right. I think Rakia has it. So if Rakia comes to the Sparks, and Nneka Ogwumike is still here, I think her introduction to the offense, to the league, all of that is different, right? I don't know, when I look at the LA Sparks that I feel like, they have really a veteran that's leading anything there.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I feel like they have
you don't feel they have a foundational, would you call a foundational mentor?
Yeah, I don't know that when I look at the Sparks, I go, that's so and so's team, and they do this.
Yeah,
last season I would say
I think that's a good point.
Last year I would have said that's Nneka Ogwumike's team,
right.
And they'll go as far as Nneka can take them. But this is also the organization that I've said, suffers from the Derek Fisher curse, the curse of Derek Fisher. So,
got you.
They haven't been the same since he benched Candace. How dare him?
Appreciate you. Wonderful Wednesday, Magic Baby.
Hold on, Magic Baby struggling on the road. Hold on. Don't be falling asleep on the road.
You got your Red Bull or Espresso.
Keep it safe out there, Magic Baby.
Be careful. I get what you're saying. So here, let's go back to that Nneka. So when that Nneka is gone, there's no staple, right? Is that what you're saying? There's no like, who do I turn to? Who do we look to for that?
And then I don't know how relatable Kurt is. I don't know a lot about Kurt, right? So I don't know how relatable it is. I don't expect everybody to have the big drip approach. but I think the approach that works, right? And so when I say NECA's gone, I'm just saying, like, you know how they said, like, they called it the Patriot way, but it seemed more like it was like the Tom Brady way after he left and it kind of fell apart. But, like, who's there saying, like, this is the Sparks way, this is how we do business, this is our standard. I don't think any of that exists in LA right now. Like, what is their standard? Is it playoffs? Is it championships? Is it finishing the season? Like, there's a lot. I'm on the fence. And I said earlier in the season that I'm not sure if the Sparks are the best place for Rakia. So I'm still keeping an eye on that. But okay. I'm seeing some progression there. I just don't know if that's the coach and the development.
I think that's a fair concern. I think that's a fair concern because they really don't have a leadership identity amongst the team or in the locker room. It's kind of would you say hodgepodge put together? But then who do you look up to? Who do they respect? Who's that glue? Right, NECA was the glue, so to speak. Right, wish she was there.
Heck of a ball player too.
Oh yeah, she 2.5. I call her 2.5 dimensional. 2.5 levels, almost 3, 2.5.
Almost 3.
Yeah, almost 3. So now we got a Saturday game, and that was the Aces 88, Washington Mystics 77, and that was played in DC.
Yeah, Vegas got off to a slow start. But
Aces got off to a slow start?
Yeah, we got off to a slow start. We was down 8 at the end of the first. It was 28-20 at the end of the first. But then we come, I think we're a second half team. I think that we know that we have some limitations on the bench. I think that we know that we kind of defined like what is our recipe to win. And I feel like we pace ourselves in the first half. We stay just close enough to be able to drop the hammer in the second half. And so you see Asia kind of gradually pick up and get going, kind of like a choo-choo train, like, and then it's rolling, and then it's a problem. But the start is a little bit slow. I hope that we change that soon, although I don't think it matters. I'm still calling for a limb.
Look, I'm gonna just push back and say 2 losses, but I'm seeing the possibility of 11. I just gotta be that. I gotta be that coach. I gotta be that guy.
Coach just said, and Coach said 11 with an N. That's not what Auntie is saying at all. Auntie is saying 11 with an M, and I mean 11 game.
Got it.
But really, when I look at this,
it's in my ear. It's in
your ear. Okay, it's in your ear. Listen, I didn't expect them to be able to do much with this. Asia Wilson didn't even give them that work like that. 11 points, 9 rebounds. This was Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray. This was the point guard's return. This was her signature game. Her Tiffany Hayes. This was guard play for us. 22 points, 4 assists from Chelsea, 17 points from Tiffany Hayes, and then 26 from J.O. This was about guard play, and this was just like, our guards are better than yours, and what are you going to do about it? Our guards are better than yours, and what are you going to do about it?
Right.
And the poor, you look at Aaliyah Edwards is back for this game. There's no Shakira Austin still. Brown Turner didn't play. Samuelson's not playing. Sykes not playing. Aaliyah Edwards held the 9. Again, mothers out here giving lessons to rookies all over the place. But our guards are just better than yours, and that this Washington didn't stand a chance in this game. So to lose by 11 for me was a good showing for them, is what I would say. Because I thought it would be a bigger blowout than that. But I also think that sometimes we take our foot off the gas sometimes.
But it goes back to what you say. If every team pace yourself, season, what is your end goal, your for week to week and into the season goal. So go back to that statement that we talked about earlier, pacing ourselves. Here's the thing. It's always a great luxury when Asia Wilson scores 11 and you win. When you don't need her to score double digits and you have other teammates carry you, I say that's a great luxury. I don't know how many teams have that luxury.
But I will say this too for Mother, and she doesn't normally do this all the time. 5 assists, right? So 5 assists. So she's still, accounted for at least like 21 points.
So when they're clicking on all cylinders, this kind of shows you why they're back-to-back champions. Again, on Mystics, Maisha Hines Allen had 14, Stephanie Dawson 23, Ariel Atkins 13. I like Ariel Atkins. I think she plays hard. She plays well. I really like what she does. And again, I think you will see even shorter point deficit if Shakira Austin was back. I think she makes that difference. More activity. She's a stretch. She can mix it up in the post, and she's on the boards, and she can take it outside a little bit. So I'm not saying they're winning. I'm saying she makes the game even more interesting.
Absolutely.
On to the next.
The Seattle Storm versus the Enrique and Enriquez.
Did I miss that one? Uh-oh. Go back. Here we go.
You got it up there.
Okay. The Dallas Enriquez and Enriquez 76, Seattle Storm 97. This game was played in Seattle. Bust it. Breakdown, Auntie.
I think Enrique got going a little late in this one, if I remember correctly. But they just turned back into Enrique and Enriquez. J.C. Sheldon, 6 points, minus 13. Natasha Howard, 12 points. Natasha's back. Big T, y'all. Still playing for me, though. Still playing. Gave me 15 points, 6 rebounds. Big T, like, you won't be talking about me 1 point no more. Big T been balling. Enrique, I think, got going late. Still shot 46 from the floor, 60 from 3. Got to make the free throws, though. I like to see them start making the free throws. But Odyssey Sims that played so brilliantly for them in the first game back, and it was, was popping a jersey. It was like, I'm it. And then, showed back up and gave like 7 and a minus 11. Shot 27.3% from the floor. So still just letting Odyssey get comfortable with the team. Going to be some inconsistencies there. But I think ultimately we'll have a good impact on the Wings. I don't know if it'll be a big enough impact to get them back to playing against the Las Vegas Aces to try to get to the championship. They'll be able to come back and play a little bit better, especially after Satu gets back. Jaylen Brown didn't play this game. Maddie Seeger's still out with the broken finger. So there's that. And didn't get a lot out of Sevgi. And but when you look at Seattle Storm, I call them clunky.
The clunkies, the clunks.
Jewel Lloyd is turning into just like a 30-piece. Every time I don't know if you like lemon pepper on your wings, spicy.
Is that one biscuit without?
I don't even do a biscuit with the. I'm not a biscuit person. Okay. I like a good Hawaiian roll with the chicken.
Okay, so that's 30-piece with Hawaiian roll.
With a Hawaiian roll, yeah. The Hawaiian roll hit a bit different with that. That biscuit can be dry. It be
right.
With the biscuit. Hawaiian roll
can't miss.
Can't mess with that. You tear that thing off, put a little chicken in there, like a chicken sandwich or something. Yeah, Hawaiian roll. Gotta go.
She doing it like that.
Yeah, she like that 30-piece with a Hawaiian roll.
Okay.
When she hit the court. Period. And they figuring this thing out. Jordan Horston. They don't say the name enough. I'm going to keep talking about Jordan. Y'all better watch out for Jordan. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 30 minutes. This is Jordan Horston is the piece that is smoothing this thing out, right? Really smoothing this thing out. I was saying the clunkiness. Jordan Horston moving into the starting lineup, and then them being able to have more and more confidence in Ezzy, I think is allowing everybody else to kind of fall into their role, like you were talking about with the Suns, that settling piece, right? So now they're settling. Nika even got to play for 2 hours and 50 minutes, right? Jeffrey, good afternoon. What's going on, fam? But I think they're just smoothing out. My girl with the $10 super chat. Appreciate the super sticker, fam. So that's for me. Jewel Lloyd being a one-eyed 30 piece is a problem. That's all I can say. The Enriquez is crazy. Oh yeah, the Enriquez. Jewel Lloyd is there like a good neighbor. You hear me?
Like,
you need sugar to go with your Kool-Aid, or Kool-Aid to go with your sugar. Jordan got it. You hear me?
Yeah.
X Factor. Definitely.
Again, remember when we talked before that, remember I mentioned you needed worse than to be double digits to be that intangible for you.
That was last week that we saw the move into the starting lineup, right?
Yeah, last week.
Okay.
Last week. She was due for it, She was due for it. She's got that great and go back. Listen, I'm a quote AR. She got that dog. You can't teach that. Horston got the dog. She's got that dog. She's got it. I don't like to say dog, but she's got it. Got that.
It's unfortunate. They don't talk about Jordan enough, and they don't talk about Jordan or Jewel enough. Neither one of those players, but probably maybe because Seattle's on the West Coast, maybe. You think that's why
they're not? Here's the thing: they're not an exciting team. Let's be honest. It's not much excitement around them because you have some seasoned vets there.
When you say excitement, you mean like drama or
just engaging, like Chi-Town?
Oh, so I got you.
Yeah.
They're not Instagrammers. They're not YouTubers. They're not influencers. Nobody on here is really like check for me on my TikTok. I got
right.
Everybody's like NECA. No, post something else. That's what you're saying. It's not.
Yeah.
They're not checking for it. Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point, and that may be keeping some of the spotlight off of them because they don't. The WNBA doesn't do a great job of telling the stories of their players, and so a lot of these organizations, Las Vegas, Chicago, even LA, some I'm seeing, and even in college, the UConns, the South Carolinas, they doing stuff like leveraging their social media to be able to engage and build a fan base up.
I mean, you got to use it so you don't lose it, So you don't lose
Seattle, like, we just play basketball. Check for us or don't. You'll see us.
Right. In the mix. Next game, we go on to Atlanta Dream against Liberty. 81 Liberty, Dream 75. That was played in Barclays. In Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at?
So for this one, I think, again, New York is probably just a seasoned veteran team that is knows what it takes to get to the championship, and they seem to be pacing themselves. A 13-point first quarter to start this thing, really slow start, and it just went from there. One of the things that I'll call out though is Jonquel Jones. Listen, Jonquel is a bully until like somebody else is there that you can't bully, and so maybe I think this game was against Tina Charles. Maybe I think Tina Charles played. So you didn't see a lot of bullying out of Jonquel. Jonquel gave about 5 points. Jonquel was kind of quiet. 5 points, 4 rebounds. And I can't even say was in foul trouble because to me, three fouls isn't foul trouble, but definitely thrown off the game. Didn't even take many shots, 5 shots. Ionescu definitely was Ionescu was definitely out of sorts.
That's cool.
17. Yeah, 3.
That's cool. Wasn't cool. She wasn't cool. This guy.
Yeah, that's cool. Wasn't cool. 2 for 11 from 3. At the end of the day, this was Benaya and Stewie saying we're not going to lose this game, and Leone kind of chipping in towards the end. Stewie just went Stewie, and we got 22 and 12 to finish this thing out. Stewie usually has been hanging out around 14 points, and then if you need her to do more, she will, but seems to also really be pacing herself as the goal is the championship, right? So, wait, JJ needs to lay off the jerk chicken and the oxtails. James and Flatbush, where did that come from? But you look at the Dream, Alicia Gray, they better stop playing on my sister Benaya top 2. Oh, Benaya, baller. I believe that Camilla at Sparks would have more game chemistry. Okay, but I think too, this one here was like Jordan Canada too. Let's see, where are you gonna be? How are you gonna fit in? 9 points, 9 assists. Uh, that's okay stat line right there. And then Tina Charles gives you 16 and 12. But Alicia Gray, this was an Alicia Gray game. 8 for 13 from the floor, 61%, 61.5% from the floor, 60% from three, 24 points. Like, I don't know that we listen. I say all of the time. For some reason, we don't talk about these players out of South Carolina enough. But 24 from Alicia was a big deal right here. And still, LA not really playing. I can't figure out why not. But in this situation, I don't know if LA playing makes a difference. I know Ryan Howard being there maybe would have made a difference. But Atlanta was in this game for the most part. But I think it was more about New York not playing well than it was the dream, like really just balling out. No, the jerk and Oxtail probably turned JJ up. Put some respect on Benai Laney's name. Oh, and Alicia Gray is from Sandersville, Georgia. Just saying. I see. It's been a Georgia theme in the comments today.
So here you go, Auntie. What I find for New York, you had 5 players that were in the plus side as far as efficiency and production. You only had 3 players. I take that back. 2 players that were minus side. So that efficiency, that production, that goes. Sometimes I would lean towards that, say, man, they did all the little things right to create that space, to get that win, to step in there and do what they need to do. They run their offense well. I like watching their offense because it's so intentional and it just puts you to sleep. Puts teams to sleep when it's running. You ever notice that? It just kind of puts teams to sleep and they get what they need almost, a lot of times down the court. I don't know if you ever noticed that if you're watching, but there was 4 minuses negative on the dream side, and then that could be where you go. Let's go back into the room. Let's look at what we need to fill in these. What we need to do better at.
Absolutely.
So we can make it a closer game and get closer in striking distance, right? So that's where you use the plus minus. Say, hey, we were missing something this game because there's too many of us in a minus. Okay.
Exactly.
Stewie, as you already mentioned, Stewie had a double. And Tina Charles is hooping this season. Like
Tina Charles been hooping.
She done took the blue and the red pill, like hooping. You know what I mean?
Especially since Howard went down.
Yeah, she stepped it up.
Carry the team. I just don't know if that's sustainable for the whole season. But we're gonna find out with the addition of Jordan Canada if that takes some of the pressure off.
Okay, appreciate that, Courtney Notary. Wonderful Wednesday.
Show Will Country Notary.
We go check her out. Support. She got that good news. The good news you can use. All right, we go on the Minnesota Lynx 70, Shy 62. That was played in Chicago, Chi-Town. What you see? What you didn't see?
This was one that Chicago should have got done. I don't know. So when I look at this one, it's like I look at it like this game kind of was like boxing, and what I'm not sure about with Chicago is I don't know if they didn't realize that they had the Lynx on the ropes and they needed to just throw that knockout blow, or if they got the Lynx to the ropes and then ran out of gas. They started the game off beautifully with a 24-point first quarter, 15-point second quarter, 18-point third quarter. So they played them even in the third. Minnesota didn't score over 18 points in any quarter, right? But the Chicago Sky only put up 5 in the fourth quarter. I think really says what happened in this game, and I get it. Minnesota Lynx definitely a more seasoned veteran or seasoned fries, as you like to call them, coach.
They did the curly fries.
The curly fries. But when you look at this, it wasn't like Kayla McBride wasn't shooting lights out. She was 3 of 7. Court Williams was 4 of 10. Elena Smith was 5 of 12. Nafisa was 5 of 13. Bridget 2 of 7. So I say all that to say that this was a game that was winnable, but it was too many fouls, I believe, down the stretch. Too many fouls down the stretch. When you look at Minnesota, probably won this game on the free throw line, right?
Right.
At 3 or 4, 8-8, 1-1, 1-1, 1-2. That probably made the difference in the game for them being able to kind of get the win, because they definitely were catching a butt whooping up and down the court on offense. Cardoso, this game, 3 points, 10 rebounds. Got to be able to rely on Camilla for more points, and I think that I don't know what that is. It's shooting baskets right at the rim. I just want her to just keep working on the putbacks, hitting the square, both sides. You should do a drill where they will put the ball down on both sides, on the block on both sides, and you just block the block, hitting it off the back, hitting it up. That's what I want her practicing on. I know it sounds very elementary, but I think it's needed in building the confidence back up in the shoulder, because I don't know that she's as confident as she needs to be in that shoulder, and then also getting used to playing with the harness on there or whatever that they have her playing in. Kennedy went for 15, Lindsay for 13, Mabry 11. Angel gave you 10 and 16. Definitely want to see Angel start being more in the 15 to 18 point range, creeping up there more towards 20. That'll come. But you look at this game and you say Dana Evans, 7 minutes on the floor, 1 of 4, 25% from the floor. Izzy, 20% from the floor. Camilla, 11% from the floor. That's where this game was lost at.
Here's the thing: you have Camila Cardoso with 10 rebounds and only 3 points. So I feel like she's mature and filling the holes. That scoring will get more consistent. So she did a great job on the boards. Now just got to reward herself and her team with consistent scoring. And I think that just comes, like you said, you coming back from the injury. She shoulder, that's a sensitive area. So you really don't know. We really don't know with the range of the motion.
I don't know how many times she gets bumped hit on that shoulder every game.
Right. And the physicality. Also, she has to adjust to the physicality of the double and triple team.
For sure.
But in the post,
I want to say this though too. Out of those 10 rebounds, 6 of those were offensive rebounds. So that's an opportunity, right? Depending on
why you not putting it back in the bucket
at 12. And so that's finishing through the contact. That's keeping the ball up. That's going up and scoring even when they hanging on you. It's that kind of stuff. So, and I think all of those are things that will come as she continues to play this game. So I'm not worried about Camilla. I just think that between Camilla, Izzy, and Dana, there was an opportunity to kind of get this thing done. And I think we gave the game away at the free throw line right here.
Minnesota Lynx is another team that has what I call a poetic type of offense. When you watch them, it's a 5-out. They go from 5-out to a 4, what they call a 4-1 set, and they just pass, cut, and move. They just have this continual motion, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm so pretty. You remember that? I'm so pretty. It's so pretty. It's just one of those, I tell people this in coaching: offense is like painting on the canvas, and defense is like digging. It's construction work. You got to get your hands dirty, right? There's nothing pretty about defense. But offense, you can be pretty. You have clean hands. Defense, you got to get you got to get your uniform dirty, right? So again, Minnesota Lynx, they're another well-oiled team. Really, they are so far. You just got to give them credit. I'm not a Minnesota fan, but Cheryl Reeve, we talked about her last week. She knows what she's doing. We talked about her in the T last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how to get a team to where they need to go, where they need to be. So I think here we go. Indiana Fever, 88, Phoenix Mercury. I'm laughing because the facial expressions on how hot DT was at the end of the game, so I couldn't even stop laughing. That game was played in Arizona, so you get the get back game in Arizona. But here's the thing: you blow a lead. You blow the lead at home. What you got, Auntie?
So I think for this one, this was Caitlin Clark saying, I'm circling this game. This is the one that y'all been talking about. Diana Taurasi saying something to me the most. She's not ever going to play against Cheryl Swoop. So this was the game where Caitlin really wanted to try to make her statement. I think it was a statement game from Caitlin. I don't think it was the statement that people thought it was going to be. I think the statement game that people thought Caitlin would have against Diana Taurasi was a bunch of logo threes and 30-pointer and the facial expression and the "can you hear me" and all that. It was none of that, right? It was none of them awkward faces. It'd be like, girl, you think you look cool? You look like you are in pain. Just don't.
Yeah, you constipated.
That's not your. Yeah, it's not your. It's not your look. It's not your swag. We don't believe you. But Caitlin Clark was this game, and I'll say Kalia Copper. When you go back and you look at, was playing some great defense on Caitlin. You can see some great D that she played on Caitlin, and I don't know if that took Kai out of the offense, but 7 points, 3 rebounds from Kai Hurt, Rebecca Allen 9, like Brittany Griner 24. You're supposed to get yours. Diana Taurasi put in 19, Natasha Cloud with 15, but Kai they needed Kalia Copper. This was a well balanced game. Aaliyah Boston, somebody explain to me, what is BG's beef with Aaliyah Boston? This is 2 years in a row that I feel like it's personal with Aaliyah Boston. I'm not clear what that beef is. Like, Aaliyah don't bother nobody. Why do you
like, what's going on with BG?
Over putting your hands on Aaliyah Boston? She don't bother nobody. She not here for no smoke. What is your issue with her? Like, it was times where it looked like BG wanted to just scrap, just straight up wanted to scrap with Aaliyah Boston. So I'm not sure, but Aaliyah had a great game. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Well balanced game for the Indiana Fever. Definitely shows you the type of team that they're going to be going into the second half of this season and moving towards the playoffs. I definitely expect them to be in the playoffs. Timmy is back. Regardless of what, I still think Sides is fired at the end of the season. But this team is figuring out how to play together. Nalissa Smith had a great game at 12 and 15. Definitely played way different than against Angel. So Charisma Osborne didn't play this game. Diana Taurasi was very, very irritated at the end of this game. Definitely wanted this win. Definitely was something Phoenix could have got done. But at the end of this thing, I forget who it was that ran in and messed up the play. Was that Cloud? Who was that ran in and bumped the ball from Griner? So it was a fun game to watch, but it's a good look at who the team of Indiana is shaping up to be when they go inside out, and when Caitlin's focus is more on people involved than trying to score. So she was one rebound away from a triple dub right here with 15 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds. So, but still 6 turnovers. So she got to keep working on the turnovers. But this was a game that Phoenix could have won, but you could tell Caitlin really wanted this one bad against Diana, I thought.
I'll tell you, I could truly say this is one game. I really don't like saying this young lady's name much because I have an angst with the WNBA, but I will give her credit. She willed them to that win. That's Caitlin Clark. Legitimately, fair and square. Like, I'm going to be honest on that.
I'm not a fan, but I give credit where credit is due.
And so, but I got to say, one, Aaliyah Boston plays tough post defense. That can be frustrating. 2, I love the spice, the scrap. And when the huddles were too close, I love that. That shows you that the Dyers cast, this is real. That reminds me of the New York Knicks and Miami Heat, where that rivalry was real life.
Oh, you talking about Jeff getting drugged across the floor, holding
holding on.
So you don't let that man go.
Sometimes, here's the thing. Sometimes in competition, it gets personal because you're human. It runs in your blood. And you want it at all costs. And that's called being human. And guess what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, except for what I'm not okay with is just the physicality with AB for no reason, and the non-basketball physicality. Like this is 2 years in a row where I believe you just basically thrown Aaliyah on the ground.
She don't want nobody guard her. She guards her hard. I mean, just if you go back at it, I'm just looking at it at basketball eyes. I'm not looking at. We don't know what's the backdrop, but she guards her.
I don't think it. You think Aaliyah guards her tougher than Asia or somebody?
She's a little bit. One thing you don't give Aaliyah credit, she guards smart. She comes from a good college background, so that can be frustrating. Yeah, she knows how to guard the post.
So do Asia.
Right. No, I'm talking about AB against BG, but BG is not.
That's what I'm saying.
BG is not an Asia.
But my thing with BG is this: I don't see that energy with anybody else. Asia guards you hard. To me, any big. I feel like because she's a nice person. Targeted. I feel like it's targeted. Absolutely.
Well, that's where you need your.
Go back and watch the.
I saw the clip. I'll watch it again.
Last year.
Oh, last year.
This is the second year in a row she's put her hands on AB. To me, on some extra type stuff.
Like here, isn't this when you need a coach in a franchise to step in and say, "Hey, this is the second time, back-to-back season." Isn't that if you value a player and value your employee, somebody needs to step in and say this needs to be looked at, and why is this keep happening?
You say Coach Sides? Oh man, Coach Sides is gonna say something.
She's not taking her side.
I'll do better. I'll do better with Big Drip saying something.
Right.
Big Drip need to call BG. I'm just not clear. I'm not.
I put it out there because I knew where you was going to place it. That's why I put it out.
I mean, I know that BG has a lot of respect for Big Drip because I seen like she runs out and gives her this hug when Dawn came to the game, but it was just like I'm not. It ain't like y'all played against each other in college. Like I'm just not clear what.
Right. What
is it that you don't like the way her braids hit you when she making it? I'm not really clear. Right. And AB just don't do enough to not like. You know what I mean? It's just like
I don't see her as a vindictive player. I don't see that. We'll jump into these comments before we look at where our standards are at. Camilla needs to slow the game down in her mind. It'll come. It will come. Poetic player, smooth as glass, and I'm not a UConn fan. What the was Kai doing? Big Foe Senior this game? Nothing.
Senior. Well, Big Foe Senior has some good defense against Caitlin in spots, and I just don't know if Big Foe Senior don't usually have to play that hard on defense. And
that's a hard guard. It is a hard guard.
Yeah. Ask Braden. Ask Sneaker.
Copper got passed.
On the guard. Yep.
Hasn't been playing like the Caves.
Yeah, ain't been playing like the Big Foe Senior we know.
Nope.
BG put the work. Kai dropped the ball. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, rebounded by CC. Goes mad at AB.
So she was mad. She was hot, huh?
They love to put their hands on AB. JJ too.
Because she's just a sweet soul. She's a sweet soul. Is it an easy target? Is that what it is? Maybe she's just too Christian for her.
That's right. She need to do like the church ladies doing, not with her purse, but hit one of them with her pocketbook, not her purse. You hear me?
6'9" for what? Pocketbook.
Do AB on the ground for no reason.
No reason.
AB can hold her on for sure.
For sure.
That pocketbook.
And sometimes when she's a woman of faith and carries the faith and not apologetic, sometimes that puts a target on you too. I'm throwing it out there. I'm not saying that's the answer, but
oh man, I hope they ain't mad at her because she loved Jesus. You mad at her? Right. Jeez.
Cloud kicked the ball. That was funny, not funny. That was funny, not funny. Yep.
That was Cloud. Thank you.
They was hot.
She don't like to be challenged physically. Okay, yeah, something. You can't be mad. You mad at her because she loved Jesus. Caitlin played through a migraine.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay. Team ball. Yeah.
They try to plunk past her AB for no reason. Bang like that with Asia as he feed. None of them. Don't bang like that with none of them.
None of them.
Then she looks in the post. She got that Gamecock muscle on her. Yeah, body by Molly. Body by
they
Molly.
solid.
She ain't gonna
They
just keep
solid.
talking to her crazy. They don't win that game without Kelsey Mitchell. She was clutch.
That's facts.
Good call out.
That's facts. She has some clutch moments. You giving her credit, giving her credits. My grandmother used to say, "With credits."
Sure, giving credits. Giving them credits.
So let's see here what we have. Says we did a little different. That was at our last game. Yep. So let's look at this. So this is the Eastern Conference, right? So you got New York is the top of the Eastern Conference, but they're number one. That one is that they're number one overall in the league, 17 and 3. Connecticut is second in the Eastern Conference, and they're second overall in the league at 15-4. Atlanta is 7-11. Their overall position, 7th spot, so they will still be in the playoffs as of this week. Chi-Town, 7-11, 8th spot. They would have the overall 8th spot. Indiana, 8-13. Indiana is 8-13, and they will be in the 9th position overall. Talking about seeking for the playoffs. Washington is 5-15, and they're at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, and they would be in 10th spot. And this section is your Eastern Conference teams, where they're at amongst each other, and then the number on top is their overall spot in the league. And we'll move on, and then we'll see what Auntie has to say. The top of the Western Conference right now will be Minnesota. They're at the top of the league, and they have the overall league 3 spot right now. They're 3rd in the league, and they're at 14-5. the Seattle Clunkies. They are the second in their Western Conference, and they're 4th overall. The 4th spot, they hold the 4th spot this week in the league, overall in the league, at 13-6. Las Vegas Aces, they're 3rd in the Western Conference at 11-6, and they're in the 5th spot overall in the league. Phoenix Mercury are 9-10, and they're 6th overall in the league. Las Vegas Sparks with the 11th spot for the league. They're at the bottom of the Western Conference at 4-15. And the Dallas Enriques 4-15 in that 12th spot. Any thoughts on that, Auntie?
Some big changes. You got big changes coming at 6, 7, 8. Got some big changes coming at 6, 7, and 8. Phoenix, figure it out. Phoenix, 2-game losing streak. They're falling. They're dropping. Atlanta falling out that 7th spot. They lost 2 in a row. They're falling out that 7th spot. Chicago definitely have a chance to move up into the 7th spot. Indiana has a chance to move up to that 7th spot. I think Chicago and Indiana finish the season 7-8. Either one of them, you can interchangeable. I think those are the teams that you see at 7 and 8. I think for the most part, by the time we get ready to go to the Olympic break, I expect the Las Vegas Aces to be 17-6. So moving into the top 4, and having somebody come down. And I don't know if that's Minnesota, Connecticut. I don't know. We'll see one of those. But the most intriguing basketball, like I said, is going to be the end of the season. Washington's going to win some more games. The Sparks have an opportunity to win some more games. Dallas, 1-9. I don't know what they're doing. But that 7-8 spot's going to be fun to watch. Phoenix, we're going to see. The Indiana loss was a real surpriser for me.
Yeah.
But they've also lost 2 in a row. And they also are just like 500 in the conference. So we'll see. And Atlanta like 3-8 in the conference. I think that they're trending in the wrong direction. While even though Indiana just lost a game, I think they're going to lose a couple more of these games that they have right now because they're tough teams. But they're going to be right there for that 7-8 spot. Got no incentive to tank because the Mystics got their draft pick. Yeah, Tanisha can't coach. Yeah, we know that. That's crazy. Don't even like giving Kelsey credit. Voted an all-star for a reason. Meanwhile, CeCe Clan said she's a ball hog. Oh, well, what you think CeCe wanted her to do when she passes to her? Shoot. What you think CeCe wanted to do? She wants to shoot
it. Shoot the J. Hey, Auntie says we've been here for about an hour. 35, as you would say, right? 35. We have had the WB recap. We should show some love to Diamond the Shields. We appreciate you, fam, coming in. Without you, there's no us. Make sure you hit those like and them subscribe, like and subscribe on both platforms. What games we got coming up?
We got one game tonight. We got one game. Is it just one? Yeah, I think it's just one game tonight. So we got live at 8 for Mercury Wings. So battle of the bust downs. We see if anybody got new bust downs out there. Enrique's bust down versus Big Four Senior's bust down. Could be a snoozer. We're gonna tune in anyway. It'd be good therapy. Be around, come hang out.
All right, so
started at 8.
So remember, we're back with Friday Tea, Friday show. Don't forget that we're back with Friday's Tea, the latest and the hottest. We appreciate you for joining the CC show, the WNBA weekly recap. Be great in your preparation, become excellent in your performance, and also, please, if you mess with the fireworks, protect your fingers, keep your fingers.
Absolutely. It's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tennessee, y'all. Until next time, stay tuned. Talk soon, y'all. Keep moving. Yeah.